Hello everyone and welcome back. This is part 4 of my Ruby Rose Minecraft pixel art tutorial. So let's start off where we ended in part 3, which is this area here. So we're going to switch to the block wall, and we're actually going to switch to the placement block. Now with the placement block starting next to this black wall that's connected to the two sets of twos going up, I think this is the exact spot where we ended in part 3. So, starting next to this black wall here, on the right side of it, place one placement block, so it looks like this. Now switch to the black wall, and underneath the placement block, you'll place one black wall there. Now, let's keep this placement block here for now, and from this one black wall that we just placed, you're going to place one block going diagonal up to the right. So that's 1. So it looks like this. So you can get rid of that now. And from this block, you're going to place 2 blocks going up on the right side. 1, 2. And now place 8 blocks going diagonal up to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's get rid of these. So now that we've placed 8 blocks going diagonal, you're going to place 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. That's 1, 2. Delete that. Now place 1 block going diagonal up to the right. That's 1. And delete that. Now let's go back to the 2 blocks going across. And starting underneath the right block of the 2 blocks going across, you'll place 5 blocks going diagonal down to the left. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So get rid of those. And now, from the last block that we just placed of the 5 blocks going diagonal, you're going to switch to the placement block. And with the placement block starting on the right side of this block, you'll put 2 placement blocks going across to the right. So that's 1, and that's 2. So it looks like this. Now switch to the black wall, and with the black wall starting next to this block here, on the right side of it, you'll place 4 blocks going diagonal down to the left. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. It should look like this. Don't delete the placement blocks yet. Now switch back to the placement block, and let's go back to the first block of the 4 blocks going diagonal. And from this block, you'll place 1 placement block on the right side of it. So that's 1. And then you'll switch back to the black wall, and starting on the right side of this new placement block, you'll place 7 blocks going diagonal up to the right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now you can get rid of all the placement blocks, and be sure to double check that you've placed 7 blocks going diagonal up to the right. So it should look like this. You can pause the video now just to compare. Now let's go back to the 7 blocks going diagonal. And next, you'll place 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. That's 1, 2. Get rid of that. And now place 2 blocks going diagonal up to the right. 1, 2. Let's delete those. Now place 2 sets of 2s going up on the right side. 2 sets of 2s going up on the right side. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2. Delete those. Now place 1 block going diagonal up to the right. And that's 1. Now from this block, you'll place 1 block going diagonal down to the right. And that's 1. Get rid of that, and it should look like this. Now from this 1 block, you'll place 2 sets of 2s going down on the right side. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2. delete those. Now place 2 sets of 3s going down on the right side. 2 sets of 3s. 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2. Delete those. And now place 2 blocks going down on the right side. 1, 2. And delete that. And now place 10 blocks going down on the right side. 10 blocks. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now let's fly back up and get rid of that. Now, we're going to place 7 blocks going up on top of the 2 blocks going down. So go back to the 2 blocks going down, and starting on top of it, place 7 blocks going up. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, place 3 blocks going up on the left side. 1, 2, 3. And get rid of that. Now you're going to switch to the placement block. Now with the placement block, we're going to go to the last block that we just placed, which is the 3 blocks going up on the left. And starting from the top block on the right side of it, you'll place 4 placement blocks going across to the right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it looks like this. Now switch to the black wool, and starting on the right side of the last placement block that we just placed, so starting there, you'll place 3 blocks going down. That's 1, 2, 3, and now you can get rid of these. Now from this block, you'll place 12 blocks going down on the right side. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now let's fly up and delete that placement block. Now let's fly back down. And now you're going to switch back to the placement block. And starting from the bottom block of the 12 blocks going down, we're going to start on the right side of that block. So starting there. Now with the placement block, you're going to place 3 blocks going across to the right. So that's 1, 2, 3. Now you're going to switch to the black wool and place 1 black wool on the right side of this block. So that's 1. Now you can get rid of these. Now, on top of this block, you'll place 2 blocks going up. So that's 1 and 2. Now let's go back to that block. Now, underneath this block, you'll place 4 blocks going down. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So in total, this should be 7 blocks going up. Now let's go back to the 10 blocks going down that we placed here. So let's go back to it. The 10 blocks going down, which is next to these 2 blocks going up and then this 1 block diagonal. Now from the bottom block of the 10 blocks going down, you'll place 2 blocks going down on the left side. So that's 1, 2. Delete that, and it should look like this. Now, from the top block of the 2 blocks going down on the left, you're going to place 1 block next to the top block on the left side. So that's 1. So it looks like a backwards upside down L. Now, from this block, you'll place 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the left. 1, 2. Delete that. And now place 7 blocks going across on the upper level to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's fly over and get rid of that. And it should look like this so far. So now let's place 3 blocks going diagonal down to the left from the 7 blocks going across that we just placed. So that's 1, 2, 3. And let's get rid of those. So it should look like this. Now let's go back to the 7 blocks going across. Now from the same block that we just started from, the 3 blocks going diagonal, you'll place 1 block going diagonal up to the left. So that's 1. So it should look like this. Now, from this one block diagonal, you'll place 3 blocks going diagonal down to the left. So that's 1, 2, 3. Now let's get rid of those, and it should look like this. Now, starting underneath the last block of the 3 blocks going diagonal, the first 3 blocks going diagonal, so these blocks here. Now, starting underneath the last block, which is there, you'll place 4 blocks going down. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's fly back up and switch to the placement block and put a 1 placement block on the left side of the first block here of this stack. So that's 1. So it looks like this. Now switch to the black wall, and underneath the placement block, put 1 placement block there. And get rid of that. Now let's go back down to this block here of these blocks. In total, this should be 5. 5 blocks going up in total if you count it. So from this block, you'll place 3 blocks going down on the right side. 1, 2, 3. Delete that. And now place 1 block going diagonal down to the right. That's 1. And now place 6 blocks going across on the lower level to the right. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fly over and delete that. Now place 1 block going diagonal up to the right. That's 1. Delete that. Now place 2 blocks going up on the right side. 1, 2. Delete that. Now place 7 blocks going up on the right side. 7. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it should make contact with these 2 black walls. So let's fly down and delete that. Now fly back. And it should look like this so far. So now we're almost done with all of the black wool. All that's really left is filling in some areas with black wool and making the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. So we're going to start with the right eye, so the eye that we were just working on. And what you're going to need is obviously the black wool, the gray wool, the stone block, the light gray wool, the white wool, and the snow. So have those in your current inventory right now. And we'll start off by switching to the white wool. Now with the white wool, we're going to move up here, back to where we placed the 7 blocks going across to the right, and start underneath the last block of the 7 blocks. Starting underneath this block, you'll place 3 white wools going diagonal down to the left. So that's 1, 2, 3. So it looks like this. Now switch to the gray wool, and underneath the last white wool, you'll place 4 blocks going down. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, let's move down until we find this 1 block going diagonal from these 3 blocks going down. Now starting on top of this 1 block, so starting from there, you'll place 2 gray wools going across to the right. So that's 1 and 2. Now place 1 block on top of the first gray wool here. So that's 1. So it looks like an L shape. Now starting underneath this block here of the 2 blocks going across, so starting underneath it, place 4 blocks going across to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it looks like this. Now switch to the stone block. Now with the stone block, you'll place 1 block on top of the 4th block of the 4 blocks going across. So 1 block there. And then you'll place 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. So that's 1, 2. And delete that. Now switch back to the gray wool and place 1 gray wool on the right side of this stone block. So that's 1. Now on top of these 2 black wools going up, that's next to this gray wool, on top of this block right here, you'll place 6 blocks going up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, starting on top of this gray wool, you'll place 2 linked 2s, 2 sets of linked 2s going across on the upper level to the right. If you don't know what that means, just watch carefully. So that's 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2. That's 2 sets of linked 2s. Now, we're going to switch to the placement block. Now, with the placement block, starting next to this gray wool, you'll place 2 blocks going across to the left. That's 1, 2. Now, underneath this block here, you'll place 2 placement blocks going down. So that's 1, and that's 2. So it looks like this. Now switch to the black wool, and with the black wool, you'll place 4 blocks going down underneath it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you'll place the same 4 blocks going alongside of it on the left. So do that again on the left side of it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it looks like this. So now let's get rid of these. And switch to the light gray wool. Now with the light gray wool, you're going to be surrounding the black wool. So place 2 blocks going across with the light gray wool on top. And then 4 blocks going down alongside of it on the right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 2 blocks going across underneath it. And then 4 blocks going alongside of it on the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's with the light gray wool. Now, switch to the stone block. Now, let's go on the left side of the 4 blocks going alongside of the black wool. And starting on top of this block here of the light gray wool. With the stone block, you'll place 3 blocks going up. That's 1, 2, and 3. Now let's go back to the same light gray wool. And starting on the left side of it, you'll place 2 blocks going diagonal down to the left. So that's 1, and that's 2. So it should look like this so far. Now you're going to switch back to the white wool. And with the white wool, we're going to move down to this space here, this empty space. And starting on top of this black wool, you'll place 2 white wools going across to the right. That's 1 and 2. And then place 1 block going diagonal up to the right. And that's 1. So it should look like this. Now switch to the snow block and fill in this empty space here with snow. So just fill that in. Now let's move to the upper left corner of Ruby's eye and fill in this empty space here with snow. So it looks like this. And now you're going to switch to the stone block, and with the stone block, you're going to fill in the remaining 2 spaces here with stone. So do that now. And when you're done filling it in, it should look like this. Now let's move over to the left eye, and we'll start off by switching to the placement block and fly up to the top right corner of the eye. Starting next to these 2 blocks going at diagonal, we'll start from the top block. So from that block there, you're going to place 2 blocks going across with placement blocks. So that's 1 and 2. Now, starting underneath this block, you'll place 2 blocks going down. That's 1 and 2. So it looks like this. Now switch to the black wool, and underneath this block here, you'll place 4 blocks going down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you'll place 4 more blocks going alongside of it on the left side. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it looks like this. Now you can get rid of these. Now let's switch to the white wool. And let's go to the upper left corner of Ruby's eye. And starting next to this 1 block here, you'll place 2 white wools going across to the right. That's 1, 2. Now let's go back to this 1 block. And underneath it, place 3 white wools going down. 1, 2, 3. Now switch to the gray wool, and underneath this block, place 1 gray wool. That's 1. And now place 3 blocks going down on the right side. That's 1, 2, 3. Now, starting underneath this gray wall, you'll place 2 sets of linked 2s going across on the lower level to the right. 2 sets of linked 2s. Now, if you don't know what that is, pay close attention. That's 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2. So it looks like this. Now, you'll place a linked 3 blocks going across on the lower level to the right. So that's 1, 2, 3. So it looks like this. Now switch to the stone block, and starting on top of this gray wall here, place 1 stone block there, and then place 3 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. 1, 2, 3. 3 blocks going across. So delete that. And now you're going to switch to the light gray wall, and with the light gray wall, you're going to be surrounding this area here, this black wool section, with light gray wool. So 2 light gray wools on bottom, 4 on the right side, 2 blocks on top, and then 4 blocks on the left side with light gray wool. So it looks like this. Now switch to the white wool, and with the white wool, we'll go down to this area and place 2 white wools going across on top of these black wool. So that's 1, 2, and then place 1 block going diagonal up to the right, and that's 1. Now switch to the snow block and fill in this empty space here with snow. So it looks like this. Now let's move back up to the upper left corner of the eye and switch to the gray wool. Now with the gray wool, starting next to the 2 white wools going across, place 1 gray wool there on the right side. Now switch to the stone block, and underneath the gray wool, you'll place 2 sets of 2s going down on the left side. 2 sets of 2s going down on the left. So that's 1, 2, 1, and that's 1, 2, 2. So it should look like this with stone, 2 sets of 2s. Now switch to the snow block, and with the snow block, you're going to fill in this empty space here with snow. So it looks like this. Now switch to the stone block, and with the stone block, you'll fill in these 2 empty spaces here with stone. So do that now. And when you're done filling it in, it should look like this. Now, so there isn't any confusion later on in this tutorial, you're going to move a little bit to the left and up until you find these 2 empty spaces here that are going diagonal. Now, you're going to switch to the black wool and fill these 2 empty spaces with black wool. So just fill that in. And now we're going to move to the right, and you should see this empty space here from the 2 empty spaces going diagonal. Now, starting on top of this black wool, you're going to switch to the birchwood planks. So switch to birchwood planks, and starting on top of it, you'll place 4 blocks going up on top. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then place 1 block going diagonal up to the right. So that's 1. And then place 3 blocks going up on the right side. That's 1, 2, and 3. So it should look like this. And let's put away the birchwood planks for now and switch to the sand for just a second. And with the sand, you're going to fill in this empty space here with sand. So just do that now. So it looks like this. Okay, so now we can go ahead and put away the sand. And let's switch to the snow block. We're going to be using the snow block now. And with the snow block, I want you to find this area here. From the area we just filled in, let's move down and find this area here with these 18 black wools going up, and then we placed 1 black wool there. So we're going to actually, no, let's switch back to the birchwood plank. I forgot one tiny mistake. You can't blame me. Sometimes I forget one tiny little block. So put one birchwood plank on top of this black wall of the 18 blocks going up and the one black wall here. So put one birchwood plank there. Now you can't really blame me. I fly back. In fact, you can even look at this second screen. There's so many placement blocks that you can't really blame me for forgetting that one spot there. But I did remember, so that's pretty impressive. So, from the birchwood planks that we just placed there, starting on top of this block, you'll place 5 snow blocks going up. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like this. Now, starting next to this birchwood plank, on the right side, you'll place 2 blocks going down. So that's 1, and that's 2. So it looks like this. Now from this block, you'll place 2 blocks going down on the right side. So that's 1 and 2. I know it's a little hard to see from the background of the blue sky, light blue sky in the back, but this is 2 blocks going down. Now from this block, you'll place 8 snow blocks going across on the lower level to the right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let's fly back and get rid of that. Now let's fly back over. Now from this block, you're going to place 2 blocks going diagonal up to the right. So that's 1 and 2. Delete those. And now place 6 blocks going up on the right side. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it should make contact with this one black wall here. So now let's fly back and delete that placement block. And now you're going to be filling in all the remaining empty spaces between the snow block and the black wall. So you're going to be filling in these small spaces here with snow. So do that now. And when you're done filling it in, it should look like this. Now we're going to move over back to the right eye. So let's move back over here. And we're going to start underneath this one block here that's sticking out from these 5 black walls. So starting underneath this one block, you'll place 4 snow blocks going down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And now place 3 blocks going down on the right side. That's 1, 2, 3. Let's get rid of that. And now place 1 block going diagonal down to the right. That's 1. And now 8 blocks going across on the lower level to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let's fly over and delete that. Let's go back. Now place 2 blocks going diagonal up to the right. 1, 2. Delete those. And now place 2 blocks going up on the right side. 1, 2. And now place 5 blocks going up on the right side. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the 5th block should make contact with this black wall here. So let's fly down and delete that. And now you're going to be filling in the remaining empty spaces that are between the snow block and the black wall. So do that now. And when you're done filling it in, it should look like this. Let's switch back to the birchwood plank again and move over to the left side of Ruby's face. Back to this area where we placed the 1 birchwood plank there. And we're going to move down and to the right a little bit until we come across this one black wall that's sticking out of the 18 blocks here. So, starting underneath this one black wall, you'll place 16 birchwood planks going down. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now, if you remember in parts I think it was the beginning of part 3 and towards the end of part 2, I told you to place 16 blocks here. I was actually remembering the birchwood planks. These are the 16 blocks, and these are the 18 black walls, so I got that confused. Now, From the bottom of the 16 blocks going down, from this block, you'll place 4 blocks going down on the right side. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now place 3 blocks going diagonal down to the right. 1, 2, 3. So it looks like this. Now we're going to switch to the placement block and go to the center of RWBY's chin, towards the very bottom. It's actually the bottom outline of her face, and find the center of it. So find the center here. This is the 7 blocks. In other words, find the 7 blocks going across of the outline of her face here. So these are the 7 blocks, just above the gray wool down there. So find the center block, which is right there. The 4th block, no matter which way you count from, it's the 4th block there. And with the placement block, you'll place 7 placement blocks going up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it looks like this. Now switch to the birchwood planks, and with the birchwood planks, starting on top of this block, you place 1 birchwood plank there. And then place 1 block on both the right and the left side of this block. So both on the left and on the right. So it looks like 3 blocks going across. Now you can go ahead and get rid of the placement blocks. So it looks like this. Now switch to the placement block again. And on the center block, you place 1 placement block there. Now you're going to switch to the black wool, and with the black wool, place 1 black wool on top of this placement block. So that's 1. Now you can go ahead and get rid of that. Now, on both the right and the left side of this 1 block, you'll place 3 blocks going across. So 3 blocks going across on the right, and 3 blocks going across on the left. So that's 1, 2, 3. Going back to this block, 1, 2, 3. So in total, it's 7 black wools going across. Now, we're going to do the same thing, just adding the same numbers. On both the right side and the left side of these 7 blocks going across, you'll place 5 blocks going diagonal. So 5 blocks going diagonal on the right, and 5 blocks going diagonal on the left. Going up, by the way, going up on the left and the right. So, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we can get rid of those. And we'll do the same thing on the left side. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we can get rid of those. And it should look like this. Now, from the very top block of both sides, so it doesn't matter which block you pick, from the top block of the 5 blocks going diagonal, you're going to connect these 2 top blocks going across. So we'll connect this top block with that top block there. So we'll go and connect them like this. So it looks like that. Now switch to the snow block, and then put 1 layer of snow block going across underneath this black wool here, going across, connecting them. So just do this. So it looks like that. Now switch back to the black wool, and now you're going to add a layer of black wool going across this snow. So you're going to do this. So it looks like that. And now you're going to switch to the pink wool. So switch to the pink wool now, and you're going to be filling in this area here with pink wool. So do that now. And when you're done filling it in, it should look like this. Now you're going to switch to the placement block, and with the placement block, you're going to find the center of the top black wools going across that we made into a connecting line. And to make it easier on yourself so you don't have to count, just go back to the 3 blocks going across here, birchwood planks. Obviously, this is the center. All you have to do is just go straight up without looking left or right. Go all the way up, and then you can find the center block of this top black wool going across. So, find the center block, and from the center block that we just found right here, and you'll place 8 placement blocks going up. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now switch to the black wool, and starting on top of this placement block, place 2 black wools going up. That's 1, and that's 2. Now you can go ahead and get rid of the placement blocks. And I'm going to go ahead and pause here. So I'll continue my Ruby Rose Minecraft pixel art tutorial in part 5. So thanks for watching. Be sure to stay tuned in for more Minecraft videos.